I don't know why I can't hear myself. Microphone check 1, 2. What is this?
Oh, not everything.
All right, so now the microphone is live. I don't want the goddamn Bluetooth connected. Go ahead and talk, Dora.
Hello.
Hello. That's all you got to say?
Yeah.
All right. If I can hear you, then you can just try to go into the mic whenever you feel like talking.
Okay.
All right. Nick Seraphin. You know Nick Seraphin, the fucking rad dude that I always drink with at Days of the Dead.
Which one?
The red one with the long hair.
Curly hair?
Yeah, that
Oh,
I
hey,
stay
Nick.
up with till 6 o'clock in the
Yeah.
fucking morning. Remember us? What's up, Nick? This fucking radical dude. So you are now in the House of 1,000 Discourses, the Passion Project podcast that provides propaganda. We are going live right now. I'm with my lovely bride, Dora, and our friend Amy in the Chuckle Hut.
Whoop, whoop.
Ha 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 ha. That's what the Chuckle Hut does. So she's just here to laugh at our jokes, my jokes, whoever's jokes, and fucking chip in her opinion. So, but give me a second here, because first I got to share these because I want to maximize my listeners and everything. So give me one moment to share this to my Facebook page, and then we're going to get right into the shit. All right, so one moment. Okay, so we're basically going to talk about strange news that has happened in our area. And some of them are funny, some of them are weird, and some of them are downright fucking disgusting. So we'll try to keep the disgusting ones in between the funny ones. That way we got a good way to go in and out with the situation. Please let us know if you can hear us. If not, we also need to let us know. But it's like, could you imagine if you're in the middle of the woods and you're like, hey, like your friend's lost, and you're like, if you can't hear me, don't say anything. It's like, where's your, like, do you really, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. But if you can hear us, obviously Nick can. He fucking chimed in. So, Amy in the Chuckle Hut, do you have the article that I sent you? Check your Facebook Messenger about the 5 men.
Yes.
Okay, so this happened in our area in Rockford, Illinois. I hate this fucking beam of light. I know I'm angelic, but I don't want to go to heaven anytime soon,
this
Lord.
is right here, so I mean, come on.
But I can't. Oh, you?
Yeah.
That's 100% true. Yeah.
Thank you.
You are the angel. I don't know what. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the light. I don't know. Whatever. You're just gonna have to fucking deal with it, I guess. I don't know what's up with that light. But anyway, so this happened recently, and I think it's absolutely strange. The headline reads, 5 charged with public indecency at Winnebago County Forest Preserve. So, you're familiar with the Winnebago County Preserve, are you not, ladies?
Yeah, wasn't there a whole bunch of gay guys going there and hooking up back in the day? I worked with someone that people told me about that. He got arrested there.
So you worked with a dude that used to butt fuck in the woods?
But I don't know if he was gay. He was very private.
Well, if he was butt fucking in the woods, he was gay as shit.
Other people would take prostitutes, I think, there too. So he could have been picking up a prostitute. But yeah, when they busted all those gay people.
This was like 4 days ago, though.
No, this was like back in the day.
So you've known about it forever? You didn't tell the police?
People been hooking up there. I think it's like unspoken rule. That's where everyone goes.
Probably. Could you imagine, though, it's like you see these people fucking in the woods, and it's like, do you mind your own business? Like, it's wrong. Like, what if there were kids there? You don't want the kids to see it. So it's like, do I tell the police or do I mind my own business? Because if you tell the police, then you got to go to court and be like, yeah, I saw a bunch of guys fucking in the woods, and it's going to take time out of your day. You're going to have to miss work, talk about dudes butt fucking, or you could just mind your own business. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a strange
I'd mind my own fucking business as long as they're not killing anyone or hurting any kids.
I'm sure there was some people hurt that day.
It's
several
penises. It's a several forest preserves over the past.
Several of them?
So there's more than one.
Yeah.
Well, this here says multiple people have been charged after an undercover investigation. So, all right. I want to shake. Actually, I don't want to shake the hand of the cop that went undercover because it's probably covered in semen and doo-doo. So I feel horrible for the undercover guys. Like, let me join the Hells Angels or a drug ring. I don't want to join a bunch of guys fucking in the woods. Are you serious?
It reminds me of South Park when the cops go in and look
Yeah.
at the prostitute.
And he just gives the full heady and the
Give me the evidence bag.
yeah, he just shits out a bunch of cum.
no, that's
It's insane. So in Rockford, Illinois, god damn it, I hate that we're from this place. But multiple people have been charged after an undercover investigation by Winnebago County Sheriff's Department at several forest preserves over the past 2 weeks. Apparently, you've been slacking because my wife here says it's been going on for years.
great.
So 5 people were arrested, all being charged with public indecency and battery. Battery. Was it
Yeah.
battery to a butt? According to the department. So 2 people were arrested at Espensheed Forest Preserve. Where's Espensheed? Do you know where?
James from
James Walsh, 81. I
was
I was gonna say, since this is local news, I should stay away from names, but I'm
Yeah.
not scared of an 81-year-old man. I'm pretty sure I could
Well,
take
yeah, I'm like, oh wait, there is one that was 37.
I could probably kick his ass too. If he's out butt fucking in the woods, I could probably take him. So the names of these people are James Walsh, he's 81 from Paw Paw, Illinois. Daniel Geringer, 62 at Cherry Valley, Illinois. Let's start knocking on some doors, folks.
Right.
2 people were arrested at Kishwaukee River Forest Preserve. So I wonder if this is a ring of gay dudes. Not like literally where they're all in a circle like Limp Bizkit jerking off. But I wonder if they're like, if this is just random people that just meet up in the woods because they're too embarrassed to come out.
I saw a reel on Facebook about this lady catching her husband cheating when he went on hunting trips, and they're all basically fucking each other.
Hunting for
Yeah.
men.
No, they're all doing each other, and they were hunting trips.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Like she's like, he would not bring anything home. What is he hunting?
Put a
Things are
nice
dirty.
TV and
Yeah.
Jesus
So these
Christ.
there
Did he
must be
smell
like a
butt?
hunting trip type deal.
Well,
Forest
I don't
Preserve.
hunt, so
hiking.
I'm good.
Hiking.
Yeah, hiking. I don't hike either. So Filippo Nemensky, age 37 of Footville, Wisconsin. Thomas Gilbert, 74 at Kingston. One person was arrested at Kieselberg Forest Preserve. Gerald Miller, age 62 of Beloit, Wisconsin. All these people do not look like anybody I would vote for in the near future. Do you have these pictures that I sent you?
I do, and it's like, what?
I want you to pick your favorite one, and I want you to tell the audience what he looks like.
That would be like the first dude.
You got to roast him.
like the 82-year-old,
I can't believe that these people are
the
that
81-year-old. Yeah.
old and can still get hard. And it's like, you would think, man, I don't know. That's absurd.
Well,
I
did
mean-
Robert De Niro just have a baby?
Well,
He
guess-
just had a baby. Your guys' sperm
Yeah,
doesn't
but I
die
bet it
like it
wasn't-
dies off like our
But-
eggs.
No,
you
yeah,
know?
women's eggs die. We come to the day we die.
Yeah.
Look at that
But
face,
I
and you think,
guarantee
what is he battering?
a man's ass, a man's anus was the victim that day.
Well, they didn't say if it was gay or prostitution.
That's still
Oh,
fucking gay.
Well,
Even
yeah.
if the
I don't know.
when John Holmes was having sex with a man in porn, it was considered porn and gay porn. So that it could be prostitution and gay prostitution at the same time. It could be gay and prostitution at the same time. You know what I mean?
That shit has been going on for a long time.
And you didn't call the police and you didn't let them know.
It's not my business.
I mean, you've never witnessed this,
It's
have you?
escalated.
No, but if I was doing something fucking weird, I would want other people to mind their own business.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I'm sorry.
No, you're 100% right. I agree.
But this 81-year-old, he might have been caught a long time ago.
It's probably
I
not
don't
his
know.
first offense.
I highly doubt it was the first
Right.
offense. Yeah. That's crazy. But like you said earlier, Robert De Niro, he just recently had a baby and he's like fucking 100 and something, but I guarantee it wasn't with a man in the middle of the woods. You know?
Right.
He probably owns his own woods that he fucks in. Him and Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio are getting it on in a fucking batch of woods that Robert De Niro owns. So he's not going to get public indecency. He won't even get Hollywood indecency. He's just going to get in his backyard, you know? So here's another fucking, all right. So our next news story, this one's really fucked up. And I wish we didn't have to talk about it, but we do because it happens. And this is in our own city, Rockford, Illinois. The headline reads, former Rockford High School teacher charged with grooming. He was not combing hairs or trimming beards. I imagine there was a child involved. So this says an Auburn High School teacher was taken into custody Friday on grooming charges. Marshall Pratt, age 61, of Rockford, was developed as a suspect after a June investigation involving a teacher having inappropriate contact with a student. After review of the facts, the Winnebago County State's Attorney Office authorized charges against Pratt. A representative released a statement Friday from Rockford Public Schools following Pratt's arrest, saying in part, in quotes, "This individual no longer works for Rockford Public Schools." Well, I fucking hope so. Jesus Christ.
What exactly do they mean by grooming?
It's kind of like when you...
It's manipulation from
Ex-
someone you
that's-
trust. That's like when a lot of molestation happens to younger kids. That's
kind of get them
that's
to
the
trust
definition.
you.
Yep.
thing?
And then
Oh,
take advantage of you
okay.
in
All right, now I get it.
a sexual manner or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's not like full-on
Group.
rape or statutory rape. It's just like,
There's different tiers.
hey, you can
Okay.
you can trust me. I'm an authority
Okay, that makes
figure.
more sense, 'cause
I just watched a documentary of some lady
Like,
catch her husband getting caught, and he was a teacher for
That's-
grooming. So it happens more frequently than we'd like to admit.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it happens every day somewhere. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
just it's fucking disgusting. But this is happening where we live, and it's fucking awful. This is a quote from Dr. Jason Soriano, a clinical psychologist for Lighthouse Counseling of Rockford. He says, any adult authority figure in charge of children, there was always a risk of these kinds of behaviors.
Mhm.
This can exist with religious education. This could exist in doctors' offices. This could exist anywhere. So data from the Defense of Freedom Institute shows the number of complaints filed with the U.S. Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights alleging sexual violence in schools more than tripled between 2010 and 2019.
Holy
Jesus Christ. It makes me wonder if it's horny people are going to be horny and molesters are going to be molesters, but it makes me wonder if, like, since now that we have news at our fingertips, because back in the day before cell phones, we only heard about what the TV wanted to show
Yep.
us. But now we know about it everywhere because the neighbor girl is going to be like, my fucking neighbor was a teacher, and then everyone's going to hear about it. So did it really triple, or has it always been this bad? Now we
Right.
just fucking know about
I
it.
think it's gotten worse.
But it makes me wonder if it's gotten worse or if it's always been this bad. But now we just hear about it more because
Well,
we have the news
You
at our
were
fingertips.
saying like about like molesters and families to be like, oh, don't go by Uncle blah blah blah.
Back in the day, yeah.
So maybe it was like
They'd be
that.
like, oh,
too,
Uncle
yeah.
Steve's weird. Don't keep him alone with the kids around
Yeah.
Christmas, Thanksgiving. This didn't happen to my family, but like this was a thing in the 70s, 80s, 90s. Like
Right.
fucking Uncle Bob's a weirdo.
You know,
know,
the
you can't
family
trust the
took
kids
care
with
of
them.
it. No one really.
They kept it a secret. It wasn't even a religious thing most of the time. I mean, I know a lot of the times it is, but
Well, and like at
sometimes it just wasn't.
like back then too, like with church and everything, that was like a big
Talk
thing.
louder, Amy. You're in the chuckle hut and
Have
you're far
Amy come
away.
over here.
Well,
Scoot
no.
on over. Come over here.
Damn.
Please let us know if you guys can hear us. Please give us a thumbs up or a yeah, I can
We
hear
have
you.
a
Leave
few
a
more
comment if you
people.
can hear us. If not, we'll move the microphone closer, or I can always turn my volume up. If you can hear us good, great. But please let us know because there's no point in doing this shit if you can't hear us. So, but what were you saying, Amy?
But I was just saying, you know, back in the day, like church was such a big thing, and it was very wrong, you know, like so that everything was like underground, like nobody talked about things back then.
Mm-hmm.
Now everything's coming out into the open where more people are hearing about it. So it's probably always been like that, but more and more.
Oh, more people are speaking out.
Yes.
Now.
Exactly.
So Stormy says, I think it was more common to keep a secret, but with available awareness, more willing to speak out. That's a really good point
Yeah.
too. Now that everything is on social media too, like support systems, because back in the day, I bet a lot of victims didn't speak out due to embarrassment.
Or their family told them not to.
Yeah, 'cause,
Exactly.
you know, we fucking Uncle Bobby's a good guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a job and fucking, you know, he holds the family down. You know, so
The family wouldn't believe anything like that.
Yeah.
It was talked
that's a
about.
really good point. But now with all the support systems and everybody speaking out, that makes a lot of sense. Actually,
Well, sometimes victims don't even speak out.
right, and I bet they didn't,
Yeah.
especially back in the day. But now, you know, with the support system and everything, I bet that they are. Yeah, it would make more sense. Because I don't know, if I was molested, I would be insanely embarrassed about it. I wouldn't want to fucking tell my friends or my wife or anybody about that shit. If that happened, I don't think I would want to do it.
Well,
So-
especially you being a man though too.
right, yeah. I
Yeah,
bet it's a
you
lot
know?
different too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like with a woman being raped, like they want to feel like, I mean, I'm not a woman, so I can't speak, but like I would think like in their mind they'd be like, I should have tried harder to get away, or like it was out of my control or whatever, and then like they wouldn't want their husband to know because then their husband would feel like the sex was violated and things like, and it's not even the woman's fault. Like
Well,
it's
the
a
worst
fucking
is-
crazy,
I think
crazy
there's a
thing.
lot of layers to it,
Absolutely.
and everyone's different.
But the
Yeah.
worst
So
is though, like
you
when you do get raped and the 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 investigator
Mhm.
is questioning you like you did something wrong. What
Yeah,
did
I've
you
seen
do
videos like
to
that.
provoke that?
Yeah.
Like I just got hired, and I was reading the dress code and the handbook, and it was more directed towards women.
Yeah.
And
you were
I
telling me
pointed that out. I was like,
Right.
there's like a paragraph for women and like 3 sentences for the men.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's like, not to be an asshole, but like when you go to the courthouse in Belvedere, Illinois, there's this little tiny brown sign and this giant paragraph in Spanish, and underneath it in English it says no pocket knives. Like, I swear to God, this is real. I got to get one of my Mexican buddies. It probably says like no hand grenades, no cocaína, no, like what does this thing say? Because I know in Spanish, if any of our audience listeners here right now speak Spanish, tell us how to say no pocket knives in Spanish, because I guarantee it doesn't take
It's
this
not a
much fucking
paragraph.
space to say it. It's fucking absurd. I'm like, what the hell? Tell me you're racist without telling me you're racist. You know, like, what the fuck?
That's
Do better,
crazy.
Belvedere. Do better, Illinois. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Stormy says she absolutely agrees, and clothing should equal you to be assaulted, period. I think she meant like shouldn't equal. Like if a woman is raped, they're like, well, what was she wearing? Why did she have her
I know.
cleavage hanging
You're
out?
provoking people.
Yeah,
That's been the
yes.
same thing for decades.
Yeah. That fucking movie, I Spit on Your Grave. Crazy fucking movie. I've
Yep.
seen it once, and that's enough for
I
me.
think I've seen
Yeah,
it
It
I've
was
seen it too.
originally called Day of the Woman, and the whole goddamn movie, a woman's getting raped, the whole movie, and then the end, she gets her revenge.
Yeah.
But right before the last guy gets attacked, he's like, when I knocked on your door, you were wearing a shirt and you weren't wearing a bra. Like, what did you fucking want me to do? I saw your nipples and everything. And it was like, he was trying to make it sound like it was her
Yeah,
fault, like she was
exactly.
asking for it. And it's like, fuck you.
Exactly.
Spoiler alert, but I'm glad he got his dick chopped off in the bathtub. Fuck that guy. So let's move. I don't even want to read the rest of it because it's just fuck that. The shit disgusts me. It makes me fucking angry. So here's another thing we can talk about, though, that happened to a woman. And I'm sure this has happened several times to ladies. And this happened in our area. Fucking believe it or not. I make fun of Florida a lot, but Rockford's probably worse than Florida.
I
Rockford
know.
is a terrible, terrible place.
When people are like, I like Florida, I was like, that's God's junk drawer. What
Yeah.
are you doing? Honey likes Florida, though.
No,
He's
he
from
loves
Florida,
Florida.
right?
Yeah, he's from there. But
My
no,
family there, but no.
Florida's God's junk drawer. You are correct. Yeah, fuck that. And when Audie came to visit us, he's driving in Rockford roads, and he's like, "Dude, I've been on roads in Iraq that are better than Perryville. Like, this is
Right?
fucking bullshit."
Exactly.
So, living in Rockford, Illinois, there aren't that many ride share services available all the time. Moving close to Chicago, you'll find a lot more drivers for Uber or Lyft. One of my biggest fears when using rideshare services anywhere is getting into the wrong vehicle, or a driver has bad intentions and decides to kidnap me instead. I recently saw an Illinois woman, Kalina Faust, post on Facebook this insane, traumatizing story about a Lyft ride that she took. To sum it up from her Facebook post, the second she got in the Lyft, something felt off. The Lyft driver turned on the light and said, "Seatbelt." That's all he said. And then the next quote, I believe, is from the woman. It says, "I always use the GPS on my phone when using these apps. This Lyft driver missed 3 turns, so I began to text my friend who has my location. I think something is wrong. We thought maybe he has a different route or something. After the Lyft driver kept missing exits, not communicating with her, and driving in the wrong direction, Kalina got an alert from Lyft asking if she needed emergency help." So that's cool. I didn't know that the app
Wow.
did that.
I didn't either.
That if
Me
you
neither.
if you have a destination point A to B, because I've gotten in Ubers, I've never used Lyft, but I've used Uber several times to get picked up from the bar and to go home. And when they pick me up, I'm like, "Hey, can we stop at the gas station so I can get beer?" I've done that almost every time. And every single time they're like, we're not supposed to, but yeah, I'll do it if it's on the route. And I never thought nothing of it. I'm like, you just want to get paid for your time. But now that makes sense because they always said I can do it if it's on the route.
Well,
I never knew that.
One thing with Lyft and Uber though, like Uber, you can only use Uber if you have like an account, like with your card.
Mhm.
Like Lyft will do, like if you have what are they called, like prepaid cards. They'll
Oh,
do it
okay,
that
yeah.
way. They'll use cards that way. But like Uber doesn't. You have
Won't
to
pick you up
have-
on like a prepaid Visa
Correct.
gift card
Exactly.
from Walmart or some
I
shit.
think-
Nope. You have to have an account.
After
did
a
not know that.
while, that there was multiple sexual assaults with all these various rideshare things, that now they had to put on alert because I think there's
And yeah.
multiple lawsuits and I don't know about it, but I
No, that
heard
makes
something.
sense.
So
I'm glad those rules are in place because
Right.
I mean, fuck, we could have never heard it from this girl ever again. She said that after missing the exits and going in the wrong direction, she got an alert from the app asking if she needed emergency help. She replied back yes, and was texting back and forth with authorities like automatically. Like Lyft
Wow.
connected her to
wow.
authorities.
That's awesome.
And then this is a quote from her. She said, I told him to drop me off at the next exit. After multiple attempts of asking, he pulled over slow enough where I could jump out of the car. The Lyft
Man.
driver then parked his car, got out, started yelling and walking towards me. So, and then this is just basically the person that wrote the article was like, she literally jumped out of the car. Whoa. But anyway, it's, so this is Lyft's official statement to this fucking story that happened. They said, quote, after conducting an internal investigation, we believe this was an unfortunate misunderstanding due at least in part to a language barrier. We have no reason to suspect the driver acted maliciously.
Seriously. What?
I would still be yeah, they're trying to cover their asses.
Well, I would think, first of all,
He knew the word seatbelt.
yeah, right? Yeah, good point.
I bet he knew enough broken English to understand what the fuck
even
he was
if he
talking
doesn't,
about.
he has a fucking GPS.
Right.
The app telling him turn right, turn left. If he's not doing that, he's clearly a bad performer at his job and needs to be fired immediately because he can't follow directions. He literally can't follow directions, right? So what the fuck is wrong with that? And like, if you, not to be an asshole, feel free. This America's the greatest goddamn country on the planet. Come here. It says on the Statue of Liberty, we'll take your broken and all that shit. Well, come on. We'll give you a better life. You don't have to know the language. But if you're going to drive around people who speak English, you should probably speak English.
Or at least
Yeah,
have a
at least know
The
translator
the
majority
right?
of it,
or
you know,
something on your phone.
I can go to-
I think that was a big excuse on their part.
100%, because, yeah, that's weird.
Like another lawsuit coming our way.
I'm going to read this quote again because it's just so fucked up to me. After conducting an internal investigation, we believe this was an unfortunate misunderstanding. There's only two people in the car.
Internal, what they call him and be like, oh, we couldn't understand him, so that's probably the
Yeah.
reason there was a misunderstanding.
Yeah, right. Just because when we pulled them into the Lyft office, because they don't even have an office. Like, you don't have a
Oh, I
boss.
know.
You don't got HR.
And,
You know what I mean?
internal, they just made a fucking phone call.
Yeah.
That's
They
It's
make,
like, well,
they
we
make,
couldn't understand him when he talked on the phone, so it was clearly a misunderstanding.
they make
Yeah,
an
I bet.
emoji with a thumbs up and a thumbs down. They
For-
could make a thumbs left and a thumbs right.
right.
The lady fucking straight up said that he parked his car, got out, started yelling and walking towards you. I get it to be like, all right, first of all, if you don't know fucking English, he knew that he was being told to pull over, right? But he didn't even pull over. She had to get out to the point to where she felt that it was a safe enough speed to jump out. And I get it. Like, okay, you get out of the car and like, even if it's in a different language, you're trying to say, hey, I'm not a bad guy. It's okay. But if you're like, it's just like, that sounds mean as fuck, right? You don't
Making
know.
a serial killer using Lyft. You know
Yeah,
what I
right.
mean? Like, I bet he was on
Yeah.
some serial
They
killer
don't even
shit.
say
But-
if he
but-
spoke a different language.
They don't. Well, all he said was seatbelt.
Well,
But this,
She didn't
let's
say-
go to the girls' shoes
no,
here,
she
though.
didn't say he was hard to understand.
It didn't say that in the article, from what I understand. But Stormy says, sorry, if you work in America, you should at least be able to speak English. Like, I get it. If you're here on vacation and you want to go to the burger joint and order a burger, we'll figure it out. We'll get you your food. But if I were to go to Mexico, I mean, all I got to do is say taco, burrito, enchilada. They'll figure it out. But if I want to go down there and work and live, I better learn the fucking language or I'm going to get the shit
I
kicked
think
out of me.
that's ignorant
bet they're-
of people in America because there's other people in
I
different
understand that.
countries that learn multiple languages.
Yes, most
And
I
I
people.
understand that.
And
And
they
America
don't.
does have
Our
ignorant
school
people, for
system
sure.
fucking sucks.
It
and
does.
we
That's
should,
another good
you
point.
know,
In Arizona, they teach you English and Spanish.
Well, you're in the Southwest area. Like, you need to know Spanish down there to get
Yep.
along. But I don't know
In
why so many
kindergarten, they
people
do
from
that.
Mexico
I
come to the
think it's
Midwest. It's
ignorant
really
to say
strange.
that we, you know, they should learn English when there's other countries that
Yeah, I
are
don't mean it like
teaching-
that. I don't mean to sound like a
Oh,
racist
oh,
asshole. You
'cause that's
come
what it
over
kinda
here, you
sounds
don't
like.
better learn the goddamn language. I don't mean it like that whatsoever.
At least be able to learn enough to get around.
yes,
If you're gonna work
Yeah.
here,
or
yeah,
live here
because
and
if your
stuff,
customers
but-
speak a certain language,
Yeah.
like you should probably learn at least what you need to know. Like
Yeah,
if I
you're,
worked
like,
at
in a
Subway or
customer
something
service.
in Mexico, I should learn the words bread, tomato, things
But
like that.
She didn't say that there was a
She did not say that.
communication
But neither-
issue. So I don't see.
But the Lyft people didn't say like due to his heritage or like where he came from. They don't talk about like what his language was, like why there was a communication barrier.
This is a picture of the guy.
When we're in Chicago, like I like some Asian guy,
That's a picture of the man.
and man, he was a bad driver. It took me forever to get back from
Oh,
Goodwill
when you
back
went
to
on
her
your
whole
goddamn thrift store
Yeah.
in Chicago.
And oh my gosh, I didn't tip him. He fucking sucked.
All right.
I
So,
paid him for the ride. Doesn't mean it was a good ride.
so are you guys familiar with the 10-year-old girl that was kidnapped and strangled in Rockford a couple?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
read that article.
All right. So this happened in our fucking hometown. When was this? Just a couple weeks ago, right?
Like I think a month or so ago.
So August 15th,
was a
Rockford,
month ago.
Illinois. This guy was accused of kidnapping because they found a 10-year-old girl's body out of nowhere, right?
No,
and they were like,
she-
"What the fuck
No,
happened?"
I don't know, but she was walking with her sister and
Younger or
some
older?
guy, he just snatched her up. And like, I'm not trying to be mean,
Yeah,
but
get closer to the
I'm
mic.
not going to let my kids walk by themselves, especially if you don't live in a desirable area. Darren and I, when we first got together, we lived in a fucking shitty
The hood.
neighborhood.
It was a
And our
goddamn
kid
hood.
was little, but I would not let my kids just walk by themselves. I'm nervous when they walk around the block because I don't trust people.
100%.
I don't.
No, you're 100% right. But didn't they find her body first? I believe they found her before I get into the article. The first thing I read before they busted the guy is that a 10-year-old girl's body was found, like on the fucking sidewalk, like it was that random.
I don't know, but I just.
Well, let's get
read-
in the article then and find out. What were you gonna say though?
I
Did you
said
have-
she was just walking with her younger sister, and some guy just snatched her.
like into a car, like abducted her.
I don't know.
All right, let's find out here. So apparently he's from Blue Island. I don't know where the fuck that is, but it says this man accused of kidnapping and strangling a 10-year-old Destiny Huggins to death in Rockford last month pleaded not guilty. Fuck you. Antonio Monroe, age 44, appeared before a judge on 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of kidnapping, and 2 counts of aggravated battery. His plea of not guilty was entered by Winnebago County Public Defender. Charges against Monroe stem from an incident that unfolded just after noon, Saturday, July 8th, in the 1200 block of 9th Avenue. According to prosecutors, that's when Monroe arrived in the area in a stolen car, lured the girl and her 6-year-old sister to an abandoned home, promising them money.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so I thought you said August. And
The
now it's
article is from
July?
August. The article that I'm reading was
So it
published in
must have-
August.
Oh,
But
so
this
she
happened
was
in July
found- okay.
6th.
Okay.
The man was
oh,
arrested later. The incident happened July 6th.
Okay, I got confused.
The 6-year-old girl was able to escape and alert her mother. We're not done with the article, but god damn it. So a 10-year-old and her 6-year-old sister were walking down the street. The guy in a stolen
lured
car.
them with money.
Said, "I'll give you some money if you come with me to this fucking. I'm gonna give you some
So he
money."
took
And they
both of
got
them?
in the fucking goddamn car. Yeah, it says lured them to an abandoned home, promising them money. The 6-year-old was able to escape and alert her mother. It makes me wonder if he was too busy with the 10-year-old. Because,
Yeah.
like, with me as a man, if I get into a fist fight with two dudes, I'm going to go for the biggest one first.
Right.
Try to incapacitate him, then get to his buddy, right? I don't know how the mind of a fucking rapist or pedophile works, but I'm wondering if he had the same mentality.
Went
Get
for
the older,
oldest.
stronger, louder one out the way, and while he's doing that, the 6-year-old fucking took off. He's a registered sex offender, and he's also a person of interest in the death of a woman found dead July 5th, the day before,
Oh,
in a Schaumburg hotel room.
oh,
he's due
all the
back
way
in
out
court.
there.
Huh? Well, it says he's from Blue Island.
Chicago.
I'm not sure where Blue Island is, but the Chicagoland area, yeah, for sure.
But I know where Schaumburg is.
And he's being held in the Winnebago County Jail. So if any of my homeboys, I know you're not watching this live, but if you write to your homies that I know in the Winnebago County Jail, fuck that guy up.
Well, they give them tablets now. In
Yeah, they
jail,
do.
All right, so beat
Yep.
this man up.
So
I'm just kidding. Don't do it, because now I'm going to get in trouble. But to our listeners, a back-to-school fundraiser has been set up to help this little girl's mother buy supplies for her surviving children. So please, I really wish I had a fucking link. That's how despicable the news is.
Why
They're
were
like,
they-
this tragedy happened.
usually they post a link.
Here's a link right here.
See?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, good for you. You're the operator.
No matches were found.
So it
it
must have been
says.
taken down.
But
And
what,
they
what-
might have already met their.
Goal.
why were they by themselves?
I don't know. I don't like that. I wouldn't.
That's I don't know. That's what parents do sometimes. They let their kids.
And I'm
walk
not
around.
blaming the
Well,
mom.
Yeah, no,
I'm
Yeah, we're not here to
exactly.
victim
No,
blame,
Yeah,
right?
no,
That's
no,
not-
no, no, no.
You
That's
know,
not what
I
we're
just
doing.
think like bad things happen to people when it comes to kids. It's
10
just
and
bad.
6. They're just still.
I don't know
innocent.
why they don't
Way too young.
castrate
Yeah,
fucking child molesters.
they should. That should be.
But I've said this 100 fucking times. What I would like to see is, I don't know why I'm sitting so far away from you. I love you like a whole bunch. I wish that they would take pedophiles and rapists and put them on fucking pay-per-view and like
And
let
have
them
them
fight
attack
to the
each other?
death. Yeah.
Yes, I
Like,
agree with you
Cast-
100%.
do a surgery, castrate them, cut off their balls,
Yeah.
let them heal, give them all the proper fucking medicine they need so they can heal up, and
Well, they
then
should do
put
it
them in the
with women,
sand pit.
too. I'm not leaving out women. They should
Yeah, they could fucking fight to the death too.
sterilize them.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Fucking ain't right. And I think they
Rip
should
that
put
little
these.
man straight out the boat.
I think they should put these people in a sand pit and make them fight to the death. You get a wall of weapons. Pick one weapon. All right, go. I'll pay $100 a month to see that shit. People pay $60, $70 a month for UFC and WWF.
yeah.
I'd pay $100 a month to see that. And then it's like, if the fight's boring, fuck it. Throw a bear in there. You know? Fuck it. That's what I would be like. Fuck yeah.
It's like, all right, we're done.
Bear.
We're done. We need to finish this up. Throw the bear in there.
Yeah, fuck them. Like, throw some alligators in there, a couple monkeys or something. I don't know. But I mean, we got to make sure that the monkeys sign consent forms, because that's just animal abuse. We got to make sure all the bears agree to it. We got to get their paw print on the contract, of course. You know. So, how about this?
The go-kart dude.
No, we're not getting there yet.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
We got a couple more. No, that's fine. That's fine. Chuckle Hut member Amy Wolf, will you please give me a beer from the
I can do it.
official Chuckle Hut refrigerator?
Yes.
All right. So this article, the headline reads, "Oh wow, fathers in Illinois are not perfect." We're not reading that one.
Next.
Only in Illinois, though.
Yeah.
Nowhere else in the world. Oh my gosh.
Bud Light.
Miller.
Miller
Oh,
Lite.
Miller Lite.
God damn it, Amy Wolf.
I know. Well, I live with a Gary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gary,
with the Gary.
Gary drinks Bud Light because he's a fucking
No,
cheapskag.
Budweiser.
So
right,
automatically
so-
I'm like, Bud.
Well, here I am asking the cripple lady to get me a beer, so here's the real asshole, me. All right, so this Illinois headline reads, "Illinois Father of the Year uses toddler to steal from a popular store."
Oh Lord.
So I would like to nominate this idiot for the Illinois Bad Father of the Year award for 2023. I'll be the first to admit I'm not a perfect father, but I try my best at all times. My dad made some mistakes. In fact, all fathers in Illinois, across the United States, and all around the world aren't perfect. Thanks for the pop-up, Dick. This key is to learn from your mistakes. Oh, yeah, and don't be a complete and utter jerk-off. Unfortunately, this guy didn't learn from anybody else's mistakes, so we had to do it the hard way. Plus, he has that complete and utter fool I was talking about earlier. The worst part about the situation that he put his young child in danger, and that's what really makes us upset. So the suspect is from Hanover Park. A few days ago, he decided to take his 5-year-old son shopping with him. The father didn't have any money, so he was planning on doing the old 5-finger discount method. If you don't have money to go shopping, don't go shopping.
Right.
If you don't have money to tip, don't go out to eat.
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy? He didn't want to take the fall for the crime, so he grabbed over $200 worth of stolen products. He gave the items to his young child and made him go out of the emergency exit. The alarm went off and they were busted. Hopefully the dad stays away from this kid until he learns how to be a real father and not some big loser.
A 2-year-old?
It said toddler. Did it say that he was 2?
I thought you said 2 somewhere.
Let's go back here. I think it just says toddler.
Yeah.
5-year-old son.
Oh, 5-year-old.
5-year-old
Well,
son. So he took his 5-year-old son to the grocery store, grabbed some shit, gave it to him, and showed him the fire exit and was like, go, go, go.
Yeah.
But even when the 5-year-old opens up, have you ever went out an emergency exit?
Yeah.
They're heavy doors. I'm surprised the 5-year-old boy is tall enough to push the
Reach
button,
the
He
little-
probably opened
strong
the
enough
door.
to push the
Yeah,
button, and then where's he gonna go?
exactly.
I
He
bet they were on to him anyways and was watching.
I think
him.
that's basically what they were getting to, is that he knew that he was going to get busted. I'm pretty sure that's what they were saying here in this article.
What is it? Loss prevention.
Yeah. The people that
used to-
follow me around every
Yeah,
I got
they do
followed-
Gary.
I got
They do Gary
followed.
too.
Around Christmas time at Barnes and Noble because I was wearing a Dixie work jacket because I work in a shop. I'm a machinist, and this motherfucker thought he was slick. So I stopped and I'm like, "Are you loss prevention?" And he's like, "Oh no, me?" I was like, "Yeah, you keep following me around." And then he left me alone. But he was right by me. He's like, "Yeah, a girl, blah blah blah," trying to describe me without being
Discreet, or he was trying to
Too
be
overly-
discreet.
yeah.
Well,
I
they-
always call him out. Darren gets followed all the time.
Gary
Everywhere I
has-
go, I look
Gary
like a
used to
criminal. I'm
too.
not. I'm a really nice guy, though. I
it
promise.
was funny because like the one time, so we went into one aisle, and this was after Gary stopped like doing bad things, and this dude was in the aisle over, and I peeked around the corner, and he's checking out a box of tampons.
Yeah, you told me that.
I was like,
What's in
like
here?
reading it. It was like, oh yeah, that's not obvious. It's funny.
All right. So, how many of our listeners smoke marijuana? Raise your hands. All right, they're not here. So, in Illinois here, you can smoke weed legally. You don't even have to have a doctor's prescription
Nope,
anymore,
not
do you?
anymore,
You can
no.
just go
Well,
down.
I think it's with a certain amount
Okay, I don't know.
with medical. I think.
No, you can go to the dispensary without a medical card. And
Yeah,
No,
you
I
can
know,
just
but
buy
I
weed,
think
right?
people who have a medical card can
Get
have
more.
more.
Mm.
they're probably
carrying
it's probably a
around.
different strain.
Yeah.
Well, this guy didn't
No.
have either or.
Oh, well,
So
okay.
this guy, the headline reads, "Man broke into Rockford dispensary, stole thousands of dollars worth of marijuana." A 24-year-old man has been arrested in connection to a July 14th burglary at a State Street cannabis dispensary. Darius Jarrett faces theft and burglary charges after he allegedly broke into the dispensary and stole $3,800 worth of product. Rockford police were initially called to the dispensary at 1202 East State Street around 9:30 p.m. on July 14th in reference to a burglary in progress. Witnesses told police they observed a black male wearing a pink hoodie. Stop wearing pink shit! And pink hoodie and green pants. Do you want to fucking stick out like a sore thumb?
Well, that was a trend.
Are you fucking
No.
serious?
Well, in the 90s, they did pink.
But
and
it's
green, and
2023,
then-
baby.
The 90s style came back this last year.
It came back with a vengeance and with a fucking sore lip because it's like it sticks out like a sore lip and a sore thumb. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
He wanted to get high.
He wanted to get caught too,
Oh
apparently.
yeah, I know.
I remember hearing about this one.
It's like Eminem said in one of his rhymes, he's like, I stand out like a green hat with an orange bill. It's like, yeah, you're gonna rob a store with a pink hoodie and green pants?
Well, like the
my
dude.
thi-
That's like the dude that had like the.
I'm not even scared of this
the
guy. Fuck
shoes-
you, you're an
the
idiot.
Shoes that lit up when you ran.
The government, yeah, the government invented those on purpose to bust all the fucking kids breaking the fucking windows and shit.
Well,
God damn it.
like,
Mm.
how old is this kid? Because he looks like a kid.
24? Is that what you
It's
said?
24-year-old
Yeah.
man.
He didn't think this was what highly.
He was probably stoned.
It's like I'm gonna get some shit and sell it.
This is a
But
good
like, come on.
idea.
I can't get over the fact he wore a pink hoodie and green pants, threw a rock through the window.
Yeah, 'cause
And enter the
you're
business.
such a colorful person over here.
I'm
with
the
your
lack of
style. Oh,
Yeah, but Jesus, if I'm gonna steal some shit, I'm not.
what? You're gonna wear what you normally wear?
Yeah,
every
all
day?
black. 100%. I can't believe this fucking idiot.
You probably wear white. And I won't stick out.
Yeah, right. First of all, I don't steal. Second of all, you wouldn't catch me dead wearing a white t-shirt unless it's one that you
But
bought
you
me.
probably stub your toe when you're trying
Yeah,
to
you'd be wearing
white
them.
too.
That's true. I can't walk through the house without stubbing my toe, so I would probably rob a bank, and on the way out, be like, "Fuck!" And I'm laying on the ground with a stubbed toe, and that's how I would get busted. It's a bunch of quap. So witnesses told police they observed a black male wearing pink hoodie and green pants throw a rock through the store's window and enter the business. One witness observed the man break something inside the business and began grabbing items and putting them into a black satchel. So the satchel you brought
It's
was
black.
black.
But he's wearing.
Why didn't you
pink
bring
and
a
green.
fucking fluorescent green one, you
Well,
fucking douchebag?
Why would he be
Why
like?
not yellow?
I bet this was walking
Right.
distance from his house because, like, it's on State Street, and it's
No.
it's a weed store.
Right.
Oh, I bet they're
Wonder though.
fucking what is it? Security systems. The
Oh,
shit.
it's gotta be absurd style. Yeah, they gotta have.
You
hella
probably have
security
better
there.
luck stealing from a drug dealer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no shit. Yeah,
Like,
right. And a
Well,
pink shirt.
well, depends on
Oh,
what kind of drug
well,
dealer. But
I
exactly.
wonder if this guy listens to MGK.
At
Why is he
least
wearing
he-
pink and green?
you like
Motherfucker,
MGK.
I love MGK. Don't get it fucked up, but I don't rob
Well-
people. Listening to them at the same time. I don't dress like them and go rob people. So the man fled down the scene. He fled the scene northbound on 9th Street because 9th Street's not a back road or anything. You're familiar with 9th Street in Rockford.
Wide
This guy's a
open.
fucking god damn it. So police detained him. Oh, did they really? I don't even have to read the rest of the article. Police detained Jarrett before arresting him for resisting and obstructing when they should have arrested him for being a jerk off. A search of Jarrett's person uncovered marijuana allegedly stolen from the dispensary. He was booked in a Winnebago County jail and held an $1,100 bond.
So yeah,
He can't even sell the weed he stole to fucking get out. What a retard.
Well, no one wants to work these days. You could have grew his own fucking
Well,
weed.
you know, like-
like what they're saying, no one wants to work these days.
Like, exactly.
Yeah, it could be homegrown,
Yeah,
dude.
he could have been better off growing his own. All you got to do is put a seed in the dirt, and it just kind of
Have
does.
some lights and a
It
tent.
had- Yep.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
but
yeah,
the motherfucker's not patient enough.
Well,
he
at
wants
least-
he's like that commercial. It's my money, and I want it now.
JG Wentworth.
Yeah, they don't. Hey, they don't sponsor us. We can't talk about them, Amy. All right, so I got a couple more articles
fine.
here. No, I was just fucking with you.
No, I was thinking though, at least he knew he couldn't get charged with weed charge since it's legal now.
Well, I bet
Yeah,
he
you
had
know
over
that.
the legal limit. Come on.
It's
There's
not the
some
fact-
stipulation in there somewhere.
Well, it's not the fact he got busted with weed. He got busted
I
with
know.
stolen weed.
I know.
TVs aren't illegal either, but if I'm walking down the street with a stolen one, I'm gonna get fucked, you know?
But at least he couldn't get like a weed charge.
Oh, this guy looks like a real fucking winner. Looks like the fucking jerk off we went to
Is
school
that-
with.
is that
Jim
the
Bennett, remember
go-kart
that fucking
dude?
clown shoe?
Clown shoe.
Yeah, he's a. Well, I don't know.
Are you
whatever.
friends with him on Facebook?
Oh.
You're
No,
like,
he's
am I?
So this is a fucking crazy story. So a Rockford man, really? A Rockford man? Yeah, I hate to say it, but it's a Rockford man. A Rockford man is accused of breaking into his ex-wife's house in the middle of the night in an attempt to rekindle their relationship before beating her and injuring her
Ooh.
daughter. What
How
the
old is
fuck?
daughter?
We'll find out. According to court documents, this guy's name is Edwin Rivas Jr. He's age 32. He broke into the residence at 2 a.m. He allegedly grabbed the victim. So he broke into his ex-wife's house at 2 o'clock in the morning, grabbed her as she got out of bed, and pleaded with her to reconsider the relationship.
Yeah, that's romantic.
Right.
Are you
Home
fucking...
invasion.
I love you! Let me love you. Was that Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
He should have been playing that the whole time. Fuck is wrong with this guy?
I bet he
The
was an abusive
boombox.
partner, and she didn't
Oh,
want to be around. I bet
apparently.
he was a narcissist too.
He was probably an abusive fucking ex-boyfriend at the same time. You know, Jesus Christ. So
There's a reason.
after
There's a
being
reason.
told to leave, he allegedly, this is not
'Cause
my
he's
words.
not proven.
Yeah, he's innocent until
guilty,
proven
yep.
guilty. So the article says allegedly in quotation marks. It says he changed his demeanor and realized that their relationship is over. So it's like, psh, babe, please take me back. Take me back. You need to get the fuck out of my house. Take me back, woman. Oh, you know what? You're right. You're right. Hold on a second. All right, fine. I get it. We're broken up now. I apologize. But then he picked the victim up, slammed her on the ground, causing her to hit the back of her head and her right shoulder on the floor, and then he punched her in the head and face around 15 times. The victim's daughter was also injured while attempting to intervene.
Oh,
Kids will do that,
Yeah.
and they
That's
just trying to
100%.
protect
Yeah,
the
get off my
parents,
mom,
yeah.
motherfucker.
Yep,
Especially if it was a
exactly.
little boy. I guarantee he's like, motherfucker, he already hated this guy.
I bet.
Probably.
Obviously, yeah.
Piece of shit. Seen him treating his mom like shit all the time. And, you know, it doesn't have to be a boy, but I'm just saying, like, it could have been a girl too. I don't know. They're going to leave that out because the kid was probably so young.
Right.
It doesn't say the age at all. Does it even say teenage or anything? It just says daughter.
I bet that
daughter.
I bet that
motherfucker-
kid was
I bet he
fucking
was
young as hell.
stalking her for a while.
He definitely could have been.
Oh, that's.
I bet he was fucking
ooh.
stalking.
Well, here, let's get to this. I think you might be right here. It says earlier in the day, he'd threatened to kill any male she was with and had texted a picture of a gun to the girl. He had also allegedly drove past the victim's house a few hours before the break-in. So, I mean, that could be considered stalking for sure. And he was charged with 3 counts of domestic battery, 1 count of aggravated stalking, criminal trespassing, and home invasion.
So when I was 18, I worked at a printing company, and I cannot remember her name. That she was one of the girls that I worked with, and her ex kept stalking her and stalking her and stalking her, and her mom would go and
Speak a
report
little louder, Amy.
her mom would go and report it to the cops. She would go and report it to the cops, and nobody would come and like check. And he had a restraining order against him and everything. Well, he ended up running her down and killing her. And then that's when they started to change the laws.
Oh,
No, this happened. This used to
About-
happen a lot. Yeah,
This was in the 90s when this happened.
right.
This was we worked in Crystal Lake. So
is in the 90s? Is that when they implemented Amber Alert too?
no, I think that was a little.
Was that in the
bit-
80s?
We could Google it.
No,
Bust out
no.
your
I
phone
think
real quick,
Amber
Google it.
Alert was
'Cause
a
I feel
little
like
bit
they-
later.
They made a whole bunch of new laws in the 90s
But yeah,
from watching a lot of documentaries.
90s definitely
and 80s. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the 90s though, that was when.
Let me look it up.
No,
you
actually,
guys
it might have
can
been.
look it up.
It might have been in the 80s because
Stormy,
Well,
what?
it's
Go ahead. I'm
Oh,
just
no, I'm just
replying to
saying
the
it was-
audience here.
it was like either like 89 to like 91 is when
Okay.
when the laws started to change, because she got ran down, and that dude had like, and the cops had been called. There was like 20 different times that showed that the cops were called and that they never did anything
Yeah.
about it, and the dude had a restraining order on him and everything, and they never did anything, and she ended up getting run
I
down.
bet that happened thousands and thousands
So,
and thousands of
Illinois-
times, and then they finally realized, like,
Yeah.
we need to fucking do something about this.
It was 2002, the Amber Alert. in
Yeah, I
Jesus
knew-
Illinois.
Christ, really?
I thought,
They
it
did
was,
Yeah.
a
I thought it
lifetime
was
ago.
later or later, yeah. But like with the
God damn, I thought that was late 80s.
But I
early
did
90s.
watch a
It just makes me
documentary.
feel old. Like,
Yeah.
I
So
thought it
she
that
was
long
taken
ago.
in 1996.
Okay.
Okay, so I knew it was in the 90s. I did watch that documentary.
Yeah.
See?
but I knew that the
we
law
just need to do a
changed
true crime
later.
podcast.
No, we will.
Mm.
What are we going to call it again? Till Death Do Us Podcast?
Yep.
Be on the lookout for Till Death Do Us Podcast with me and this beautiful lady. If you like her, we'll be doing it. They're like, fuck the fucking fat guy with the beard. I want
Like, we heard him enough. I
Yeah,
know.
'cause I don't
When
want
he
him to
gets
shut the
going, he
fuck up.
doesn't shut up.
But I want to reply to Stormy here. She's like, what makes either of you look like a criminal? Me, I got neck tattoos. I got arm tattoos. I got a face tattoo. I got a big long beard. I walk like a straight up G. And so when I go to the store, I get followed by loss prevention.
Well, I think it's the way that I'm dressed. So when I wore my Dickies coat, I probably looked
You look
poorer
like
or
you couldn't
something. You know
afford-
what I mean?
You look the way you were dressed that day. You look like you couldn't afford what was for sale in the store. is what
And,
it boiled down to,
I
pretty
mean, that's
much.
probably what they look for, but I probably
They're
made more
stereotyping.
money
I
than
like-
that kid.
You ever
and
heard of a
it's
racial
pissed me off.
profiling? I like to call it facial profiling when they see me.
Oh, I
'Cause
was
I got a
gonna
face
say like
tattoo and a
I was
beard.
gonna say there's no facial profiling.
No, not on her.
Oh, I think I
No,
just
it's
look like I don't have money, or I don't know. But
I
it
don't know
pisses me
either.
off. I was looking at the records first, and then I didn't look at anything. Then I was looking at Hunt a Killer because they had games at Barnes and
Mhm.
Noble, and I like doing them.
Yeah.
So I was trying to look for a game for Darren and me to do, and this motherfucker was falling. But I call him out. Darren used to not let me do it, and then I just started getting sick of it.
Yeah.
And then they would leave.
Yep, they leave us alone.
Mm-hmm.
Sons of bitches. So if any of you listeners out there work in loss prevention, or you know somebody who works in loss prevention, tell them to leave us alone. So we got a couple more articles. Stormy says, oh, love that name for a podcast. Look forward to both of you. Yeah, I love that name too. I really do like it. Till Death Do Us Podcast.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
I think it's
awesome.
pretty fucking cool. It's a
I like
clever
I
that
think
name.
our
too.
first story is from someone in Rockford too.
Yes,
I wrote it all out. It took me like 4 hours.
The Peter Simon guy. Is
Mhm.
that his name? Yeah. Well, we don't want to give too much away, but we'll definitely cover that very soon here. So we got like 2 more articles we'll get into. You guys want to?
Yep.
So this one here, I love reading the titles because sometimes they can just be goofy. This one's not too goofy.
Can we just read that one?
What do you mean?
This one.
This is the one that we're doing, and then we're gonna get into a funny one, and then we'll close the show.
Oh.
This is
I
the one that
think-
we're gonna do.
I think I messed it up then.
Oh, so the headline reads: Rockford man sentenced to 9 years for prostituting a 9th grade girl. So how old are girls in 9th grade? About 14?
Well,
About 15?
No,
14,
about
'cause Luna-
Yep. No, look at his
You
eyes.
can't say names.
Oh. Well, she's what? 12? And she's in 7.
Mm-hmm.
So
It all depends on when you start
13,
school.
8.
I think
She'll
I
be
was
14.
I think I was
No more
14.
private stuff on the
Oh,
podcast.
sorry.
I think I was 14.
I know. I'm like, oh. Well, you said just to talk.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
That's my bad.
In a minute.
So, according to Winnebago, all right. So, a Rockford man has been sentenced to 9 years in prison for selling a minor for sex out of a Rockford motel room. Jesus Christ! Fuck this piece of shit. The only reason why our kids obviously aren't involved in these things, but I just don't want to talk about our kids' names and things like that. That's why I was like mute it, and I'm like, hey, we want to keep our personal stuff off. That's all. So anyway, a Rockford man has been sentenced to 9 years in prison for selling a minor for sex out of a Rockford motel room. According to the Winnebago County State's Attorney's Office on September 22nd. Damn, this is recent as fuck. Oh, 2022. Ah,
Is this like with the trafficking?
I don't know. We're
What's
about
been
to find
going
out.
'Cause I know
This was on
Rockford's
this
got
was
it
on
really bad.
at Motel 6 on East State Street after a woman called in a welfare check on her teenage daughter who had run away. So police located the girl in a room with Andre Cotton, age 32. The girl told
Cotton.
officers that Cotton was aware she was in 9th grade, but had taken photos for her for use, creating a profile on an online site commonly used to advertise sexual acts in exchange for money. The girl said that two different men paid around $100 for sexual acts with her while she and Cotton were at the hotel. Cotton was found guilty of involuntary sexual servitude of a minor. How the fuck is it involuntary?
That's the same thing as grooming. He was grooming her to fucking pimp her out.
100%.
Yeah.
His sentence will be followed by 18 months of mandatory
See, only
supervised
fucking
release.
18 months. Oh, ain't
Well,
shit.
no, it says his sentence will be followed by 18 months of mandatory
Oh.
supervised release. So we don't even know how long he'll get. Hopefully he'll get 9 years in prison. He's
Good.
been so he got 9 years, which isn't long enough in my
I
opinion.
don't think so either.
And after he gets out, he's going to get about a year and a half of fucking probation.
No,
Fuck
that was-
you.
yeah,
Fuck
parole.
that guy.
Parole. But,
So we'll do one more
but that, well, I just want to say that.
yeah.
Like with that though, I mean, because I know Rockford had a really bad issue with like
Trafficking?
Human trafficking.
Yep. Like where young girls were being abducted and then sold, like out to
It's terrifying.
Yeah, I know.
It's absolutely terrifying.
And they never like reported any of this. I don't know if they were like trying to do a sting or like catch people or whatever. And maybe that's why they weren't posting it. But yeah, I know that.
Oh, right, because a lot of times under investigation,
Yeah.
like when you can't talk about it to the public,
Right.
and there's
but-
details you can't give because, let's say the guy left a lighter at the scene, they'll leave that out of the fucking article,
Right.
because then they could be like, yeah, my homeboy was with me and he dropped his lighter. That's when they're like, oh damn, this guy is telling the truth. They leave certain
Yeah.
details out of shit like
But
that.
there were
those
so
reasons.
many young girls just disappearing.
Yeah, I
And-
fucking
and
I can
it-
only
it
imagine
was,
that
like,
that
for
did
human-
happen.
Human trafficking. And
That's why I try to
scary as
keep
hell.
kids vigilant. Like we're at Walmart and there's some old guy that we saw, and we saw him in like the frozen aisle. Then we went to like some other aisle and
Almost
he was
like
there, and
following
the
you?
kids were playing, and I'm like, you have to pay attention. I'm like, you can't be playing at stores. I was
Right.
like, that guy had nothing in his hands.
And he's sitting there following.
Because I read a story about the single mom that some guy was like, "Hey, I can buy you and your kids stuff," and she was just like recently separated from her husband,
So she
and
was
he went
already
with them to
distraught.
Walmart, and he fucking killed
Oh,
her daughter. I'm like, how fucking stupid are you? Like,
It's victim blaming, but you're
No, I'm
right. I
sorry.
agree with you. No, I know.
she never
Yeah.
I
met
know.
this man. They like
Right.
you don't know this
Right.
person.
I 100%
Well,
agree.
anyways, where I was getting at, people just need to be
very aware.
Teach your
Yeah.
fucking goddamn
Don't-
kids
to not be naive.
Yeah. Because in the 90s, man, the biggest thing for me was being scared of getting kidnapped, because that's all I saw on the TV.
Yeah.
And my mom and dad was like, never get in a car with a stranger, even if they
Yeah.
say they know me. Like
Yeah.
my mom and dad would tell me that shit, even if they say that they're my friend or they know where you live. Like, not to fucking throw any of my friends under the bus. I'm not gonna fucking mention names. But for example, one of our friends came over for the very first time, and super nice guy. Like there's nothing wrong with this person. We love him very much. But the first time he ever came over, when he walked in the door, he met our kids. And he's like, hey, my name's so-and-so. I know all about you. You like this and this and this. And
Yeah, that's
your dad posts about you all the time on Facebook. I know what you like. And he started talking to him about it. Now, when it's not a big deal, this person is our fucking best friend.
right.
But that's the first time he met our kids. But when that happened, it
Takes
made
you a
me
step
think
back.
like, fuck, all the
Yep.
shit that I post on Facebook is like, damn.
It's
Because what if that fucking wasn't one of my good friends?
it's
You
like
know,
a list of
what if some
somebody else
fucking
out
guy
there.
that just follows me on Facebook showed up at the bus stop
Yep.
and was like, I
Hey.
know you,
Yep.
your favorite movie is this, and you just got this toy for your birthday and all this fucking shit. I know your dad. Get in the car. I'm going to give you a ride home because
Right.
your dad had to go to work and I got to give you a ride home. Like, that's made me realize that shit. Like, fuck, Facebook can be dangerous,
Yeah.
man. I post on there way too much,
You
dude.
do.
Yeah,
I know I do.
I don't
it can
post
be a trap.
nothing.
It can
I
be
know.
a trap.
Yeah, it's
I-
fucking nuts.
Yep.
It makes me realize. But now, I can't put the genie back in the bottle, you know. So
Well, right.
I want to keep
You
the
just
kids
kinda-
off the podcast and stuff, but it's just like
It's fine. It's fine.
it's already out. The genie's out of the bottle. Like once the toothpaste is out of the tube, you can't put it back in. But
Right.
I kind of want to tread lightly, but it's weird because it's like I already fucking
Yeah, but
put
I
it out
mean,
there.
Yeah, just
I don't know. So let's fucking do one more article and we'll fucking get out of here. Stormy said, "Ooh, a Dickies
saw
coat.
that.
One of my favorite quotes. Never judge a book by its cover."
I know I've seen a video where some guy in a nice suit and some guy that looked like a hippie, not a lot of money, didn't want him to buy his car. And then, do you remember seeing that trending?
I've seen a lot of videos.
And then he
that.
looks at him and laughs when he gets in his nice Corvette or whatever
Yeah.
it was.
I've seen a lot of videos like for example, this one guy shows up in a shitty coat, shitty pants, shoes, and he's like, "I want to test drive this car." And the guy's like, "Man, it costs this much. Like, can you even do it?"
exactly.
And he's like, "You're not gonna let me test drive the car?" And he's like, I mean, I guess I can or what. He's like, "Hold on a second." And then he gets on the phone. He's like, "You
I
guys
did
sell
not see that.
phones or you guys sell cars over the internet?" Blah,
The big
blah.
Mexican guy doing
Yeah,
it.
and then like the guy pulled up and he's like, "Yeah, this fucking guy wouldn't even let me drive the car. Like that's weird." And he gets in the car and drives away, and the guy's like, "Fuck!" And then you see the
It's like
boss come
Pretty
out and yell
Woman.
at him and shit. Like,
It's like in the movie Pretty Woman.
yeah,
When
right.
she goes in there and she's all dressed up in her prostitution clothes and she's got a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
And they're like, "We don't serve people like you,"
Mhm.
you know, and send her off. So it's, it's just like, yeah, you never know who people are.
No, I know.
So the moral of the story is, fuck Julia Roberts, and it's all her fault. For stereotyping. So this is our last article. The headline reads, "Drunken go-kart joyride leaves Rockford man with 14
I know.
charges."
I wanted.
This looks like a guy
What
I
did he
would-
get charged for?
We're gonna get there. So a Rockford man faces 14 charges after police say he went on a drunken go-kart joyride. First of all, that sounds like a goddamn blast.
Look at his eyes.
He's like, it was worth it.
It was worth it. Hashtag worth it.
Try not to smile.
Hashtag worth it.
Oh, sorry.
So his name's Ricardo Jimenez, age 29, was arrested on Saturday following a brief police chase. I
You
bet
wanna
it was
pull
brief.
over?
He's on a fucking go-kart. But I don't know. OJ Simpson, man, he led them guys on a long fucking journey in the white Bronco. Remember, a low-speed chase. So he was on a Polaris Hammerhead go-kart. Police initially observed him doing donut circles at an elementary school baseball diamond. God damn, that sounds so fun.
Oh,
I know,
I
right?
bet he
I'm
was
like,
messing up
ooh.
the diamond.
In
though.
nearby grass, causing large chunks to be ripped from the ground, according to documents.
Well, he's
So
an asshole for
that's
that, man.
property damage.
Yeah.
Let's be real. It's property damage.
It's grass.
That
It's a
shit's-
throwback.
No.
Kids gotta
I
play in
know,
that.
I know.
And the school
Come
that
on.
comes out of our
I
taxpayer
know.
monies to have these nice school diamonds.
I would be
I know.
mad too.
If your kids were on a baseball team
Yeah, I know.
and you show up Sunday morning to play the baseball game and there's all these fucking go-kart
Yeah.
dirt, empty beer
I'd
cans,
be
you'd
mad.
be fucking pissed.
Yes, I know.
So I kind of get it.
Yeah, I do.
I don't know if he should have got 14 charges, but
Well,
let's see as the
yeah.
story goes on.
He's like,
Maybe he
let's
pulled his
see.
dick out. I
He
don't know.
made
We'll
it
find
get
out.
worse. He made it worse.
I assume he did. So let's find out what he did. So this guy began driving away from the school, heading southbound on Coleman Avenue, before police attempted to pull him over. The maximum speed of his go-kart is 25 miles per hour.
Oh, wow. Cruising along.
Like a weed whacker. That's like, could you imagine if Michael Jackson got mad at you? He'd be like, I'm so mad at you right now. I'm gonna punch you in the face. That's kind of like the speed of a go-kart. You know what I mean?
Right.
It made sense to me. I thought it was funny.
Exactly. I'm like,
So-
he should have brought like a little fan with him to,
Or like, you know,
try to
with
pick
the
up some more speed.
you know when the funny cars, the drag cars, the long ones got to slow down. They pull out that big fucking
Yes,
parachute.
Yep.
Could you imagine, like, when he does go to pull over, he just unflaps an umbrella and then he pulls over? So this 29-year-old man allegedly ignored police, fled through a stop sign, and drove behind a home in the 2900 block of Coleman Avenue, disappearing into a nearby wooded area. Police later saw him run into the home and arrested him after he attempted to leave through the front door.
Fucking idiot.
So
Like,
this
come
guy-
on, you almost got away.
Well,
You
no,
stayed
not
put.
really, because they saw him. They saw him go in. They saw him
Oh,
run into the
so
house.
he wasn't like cruising, right? He was
Oh,
going
he's
25
going-
miles.
He's doing 25.
And then they saw him run in the house like
Yeah,
they
he
weren't
ran
going to
into the
stop.
house, but then he ran out of the front door like, "You're never gonna catch me, coppa."
Right.
You know, they fucking.
Gotta
They're
catch
like,
me.
"Hey, slow." Like, first of all, you were probably faster on the go kart than you were.
Right.
Look at this guy. I don't mean to fat shame.
No, I know.
I don't mean to fat shame. I'm a big man too, but I guarantee you the go kart is faster than
Move
he can
fast.
run.
Well, and it's like,
But he was drunk too, so.
but the cops, like, there could have been a cop that could have pulled in front of him, then two on the side of him, and then one in the back, and then they
Boom,
could have
police
done
chase
like,
over. Right.
but then they made it into a man chase. What the hell?
So this fucking guy left through the front door. They gave him a field sobriety test, and it
Failed?
resulted in multiple DUI charges. That's weird because if you're
Oh.
driving under the influence, how can you
It
have
all depends on
multiple?
how many levels above the
legal limit you are?
Correct.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
He was also charged with fleeing, reckless driving.
Reckless driving?
Well, he
It should be
tore up
reckless.
the-
Let's be fair. It should be reckless go-karting.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. The fucking guy. All right. First of all, he's being what they, in my opinion, what they should have done. Pulled him over, called him a dumbass, made him pay for the fucking field damages to get resodded
Right.
and all that. DUI.
Meh.
I don't know. I highly
He
doubt.
is driving under the influence.
100%
You
true.
can get like a DWI walking. So it's like,
I don't know. I don't think that's
I
true
just
at all.
yeah, you
It
can.
is.
not
I
true at
saw
all.
it because
In
I
Arizona,
saw
you
another
can.
teacher got arrested for being drunk at school. This is the second
Well,
one I've
that's
seen.
different. Being drunk on the job.
Yeah.
That's different.
DWI.
Yeah.
You
That's
could be-
driving while intoxicated. Different. Some states call them DUI. Some states call them DWI.
No,
I
So
think
then
that's
you're
the
wrong.
there's
difference.
DUI
Well,
driving
then
under
Google
the
it.
influence and
Please do, my lovely
yeah, I know
McLovin.
it's driving while in but there's
Audience, please let us know if I'm wrong. But,
like,
yeah,
like you could be walking outside.
you can't know because that would be public intoxication. When her and I first got together, like 14 years ago, she looked like she was fucking 12.
DUI refers to driving under the influence,
Influence.
while DWI refers to driving while intoxicated.
That's what I
Yeah.
just fucking said.
No, you didn't.
That's
Yeah, he did.
exactly
He
what I
did.
said.
Oh,
He did
Some
say
states
that.
call it DWI, some states call it DUI.
but there
they see
but there are two different though because there a
driving.
lot of states
I think
use
a
both of them.
DWI is if you're like high on pills or you smoke some weed.
Yes.
That's DWI.
Right,
I think
yes.
DUI is alcohol. I could be wrong.
No, I think you're right.
DWI refers to driving while intoxicated.
So,
I know.
yeah, so I do believe you're right. I think DUI is
Yeah, you're right. Wow.
One
Good
time
for
in our whole
you.
relationship. That's right.
Woohoo!
Hold on.
That was a good note to end to. Taryn is right. Woohoo!
So, but remember when we first got together and we first moved into our house in the hood?
Oh, and it was around Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, and we went to this bar drinking tons
Oh.
of tequila. She looks young as it is, but when we first got together, she looked like fucking a teenager, you know?
That's how
And-
I was back in my prime.
Well, I was so drunk, Darren had to help me walk, and cops pull us over, and I'm slurring hard. And Darren-
Rooms.
They could barely understand me, and they're like, Darren was trying to talk for me. They're like, we don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, they told me to shut the fuck up.
I was like, no, I live with him. I just moved in, blah, blah, blah.
And I'm glad that they did that because I could have been some guy taking some girl home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like one of those stories we just read about.
Exactly.
But
Like,
someone
all
could have
close
called
to
the
it.
cops and be like, hey, I'm concerned.
No, they saw us walking down the street. So we left the bar. We're shit hammered. It's like, it's not late at night or anything. We both had the next day off. We're like, fuck it, let's go downtown and fucking eat some pizza and drink some beer. Well, we just drank too much. And we started walking home and we're both fucking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, doing this
Well,
Like
shit.
a
mine was
sailor
bad,
walk?
And
yeah.
I'm trying to keep her up. And this is fucking 13 years ago, 14 years ago. The cops pull up, bam, old guy gets out of the car and he's like addressing her, like, what's your name? It was all about her. And that's cool. In hindsight, I'm like, fuck yeah, like that. Cause That could have been a shitty situation.
Right.
But yeah, she couldn't talk that well, and she's like, we're on a dance.
But
I'm
I'm
like,
glad
this is
he
my-
believed us
Well-
because he could have been a dick and been like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is my girlfriend. We just got together. We just rented this house together. Like, we're going
We're
home.
going
He's like,
home.
you shut up. I'm talking to her. And he kept asking you questions, and then you were like, no, he's telling the truth. Like, this is my boyfriend. I'm just really drunk.
So he was more
He
concerned
took about her safety.
That's good though.
He wasn't
That's-
about arresting us for
right,
being drunk
right.
in public.
That's
But he
awesome,
went back
though.
to the car with our IDs, and then the young cop. The reason why I brought this up is because the DWI, DUI, public intoxication thing. Because when the old man went to the car with our IDs to make sure we didn't have fucking warrants and shit,
Right.
I asked the young cop, I'm like, are we gonna go to jail for being drunk in public? He's like, there's no such law. He's like, you can be as drunk as you want in public. He's like, but if you start pissing on the sidewalk or you're fucking causing a ruckus, that's when they'll get you with the drunk in public. But it's not a real law. He's like, as long as you guys are telling the truth, you're gonna get to go home. So that's why I brought up that story, because there is no drunk in public.
I remember.
But in our state,
There
or,
could be, I don't
or
know.
our no, well, we were in our state when it
well,
happened.
it could have changed.
Arizona.
It could have changed because this was like 13, 14 years ago.
Arizona,
But
Arizona's a little bit.
our dogs are barking
Oh my
and
gosh,
whining
yep.
really bad. We've been down here for an hour. Thank you so much. This is the House of 1,000 Discourses. We're gonna do this more often. Thank you so much, Amy Wolf in the Chuckle Hut. Let's give her a big applause. Not that one. This one.
We can't hear it.
Oh, we can't hear it.
I love you, Dora. My favorite
I love
person
you
on the
too.
whole planet.
Oh,
You were gonna give me a
oh,
present.
awkward.
I
I'm
love you.
okay.
She's always worried about doing podcasts. This is her very first one. Let us know if you like it. And even if you don't, guess what, motherfuckers? We're doing it again. But thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, share. Tell all your fucking friends about House of 1,000 Discourses. We're going to do this as often as we can. And just, yeah, share this on Facebook, man. Tell your friends about it. That's how the shit spreads. Just tell your homies. Even just copy the link, put it on your Facebook page. Be like, check these guys out. They're funny, or whatever it is that you want to do. Go ahead, go check out the dogs.
Yeah, they're like
Someone
so
might be
bad.
knocking at the door. That might be why they're freaking out. But we truly appreciate you guys watching. This is fun for us, and we just want to grow the channel. So yeah, just try to spread the word and tell your friends about us. Thank you so much, Stormy. You two rock, and your friend was awesome, Amy. She said that you were awesome. We love her very much. We're definitely going to bring her back on the Chuckle Hut. Scarlett O'Hara, I saw that she was watching too. Thank you guys. We're going to get out of here. You're now exiting the House of 1,000 Discourses. Thank you all so much.
That was fun.